Rita Ora is replaced by a mannequin.
Great idea. Much better.
Not even holding his paper. Is Steve a sex doll?
Yes, it's Steve and Pete's reality news.
Stone Cold Stunner. Now, I just wanted to get you here, and I just wanted to sort of say my truth. I brought Steve here. Now, I understand that, you know, you and Steve do have a bond, but we've been together for longer. I think there are still feelings there, and I think it'd be disrespectful for you to pursue things with someone else whilst I'm still in the picture.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's a blow-up doll, Sam. He's made of fucking plastic.
Cue titles. Hello and welcome to Pete and Sam's Reality News with me, Sam.
Me, Pete.
Welcome to Pete and Sam's Reality News. This is the place to get all the latest on reality TV. This week, we're going to be discussing the return of the best reality show out there on this side of the Atlantic, Made in Chelsea. And we even have an exclusive interview getting the behind-the-scenes gossip from one of the stars of the show, Tiff Watson.
I'm very excited about this. We're finally going to find out what it's like to have sex with Sam Thompson.
We also have our wonderful international correspondent, Olga Koch, who's going to be treating us some of the wildest TV from around the world.
Very interesting name. I enjoy that. It's funny, actually, because Ella calls me Olga Koch. And I will be bringing you the only important part of the show, Prick of the Week. And this week, they're all Sam's mates.
But first, it's time for the reality news headlines. Love Island are accepting applications through Tinder. This is the news that Love Island bosses have teamed up with the dating app Tinder ahead of the new series this summer, 2021.
Love Island isn't really a dating show anymore, is it? It's more like a race to a blue tick and a deal with PLT.
ITV and Tinder have actually put out advice for aspiring Love Islanders. Trust in your source is what they've said. When applying for the show, be authentic. Show off your unique personality by creating a bio that gives us an insight into the real you.
That is good advice, because previously, no one that has done Love Island has had a personality. How did you get on reality TV Made in Chelsea?
Well, quite a big name in SW3. Always have been, always will be. Was a bit of a club promoter back in the day.
It's interesting that's the way you look at it, because the rest of us know it to be the fact that you are like Louise Thompson's afterbirth. So the only reason that you actually got on the show was because your sister was already on it.
Orlando Bloom goes viral after revealing his daily routine. So we've actually got a segment here, and I'd like you to read it, please, because I think in your voice, it will sound more absurd.
I like to earn my breakfast, so I'll just have some green powders that I mix with my brain, octane oil, a collagen powder for my hair and nails, and some protein. It's all quite LA, really. Then I'll go for a hike while I listen to some Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots. What do you do on a daily routine?
So I wake up, alarm goes off at 7:45, get in the shower, and then sit on the bidet, because that actually does clean the sphincter.
Have you ever heard anything more posh in Chelsea than that? How many bathrooms in your house?
4.
And there's a bidet in every bathroom?
Yeah.
Excellent. There is not one bidet in the whole of Essex.
And then I go downstairs, and Zara has normally made me boiled eggs and dippies. She gives me my vitamins. Oh, my God, I'm Orlando Bloom. Made in Chelsea's back. Oh, Christ.
Well done, Steve.
It's my job. Made in Chelsea Series 21 returned to our screens tonight in a blaze of reality TV glory, and we couldn't be happier about it. Pete, have you watched it?
I have absolutely not.
But Liv's old mate Julius is back on the scene and begging for Liv's forgiveness.
I would like to find out why they've all got such fucking stupid names. We've got Julius, we've got Miles, we've got Tristan, we've got Movie. What's wrong with Dave, Steve and Gary?
But Julius is back. He's a hard-hitting cast member.
If you read between the lines, Sam doesn't like him and thinks that he is, at best, a C cast member.
He actually came back and had a go at Liv for not promoting his music.
Wow, what sort of music does he do?
He just does soul shit.
So if you are looking for the next album from Julius from Made in Chelsea called Soul Shit, it will be available in a bargain bin near you. So interestingly enough, you went in on Miles, didn't you? You thought you'd fight your best mate's corner. Glued to the telly I was watching that scene, to which Miles, the very, very, very good-looking, probably the best-looking man that's ever been on Chelsea, owned you. You also were signalling in the plane whilst talking to him.
What's going on?
With what?
What I've heard has disappointed me, and I don't want to just jump to conclusions because I would rather speak to you first.
Okay, what have you heard, first of all?
Going up to Ruby and being like, you know, if you were my girlfriend, I'd be posting you on Instagram, and like, Ruby, I'm not really meant to be speaking to you right now.
What was this about?
I was trying to be diplomatic with my speech, and I was trying to use words to get the point across.
But you weren't. You were using hands to get no point across, and your words had even less effect.
Well, go on then, how would you do it?
Well, personally, I wouldn't pray for him to listen, like you were. You need to walk in, shoulders back. I'm here to tell you about yourself. Own the situation. Judge by his reaction, and his reaction to you was, you're a piece of shit I'm not going to listen to, despite the fact you've been on the show for a long time. I don't like your silly little beard, and if I had half a chance, I'd fly for you, you bird.
So, yes, that is what happened. It's my favourite ever Made in Chelsea cast member. It's Tiff Watson!
Favourite ever?
It's a shame she wasn't your favourite when you were cheating on her.
That is not how we want this interview to go, Tiff. Talk to me about this series. Is this the most explosive one yet?
I think it's such a weird dynamic, 'cause obviously we're all living together. So yeah, a lot goes down. Do you think that all of you and Howie could live together in a house?
Absolutely not, no. I mean, I don't particularly like filming with them, let alone living with them.
On Towie, a lot of the cast members refuse to film with him. He now gets put with Bobby Norris, Diane...
Ella.
Oh, yes, Ella!
I just need to know the details. I need the goss.
He met her at Legoland, and they've been happy ever after since.
For you doing the usual and stirring shit up all over the place?
Oh, you know, bit of staring here and there.
How do you feel about Sam's crying face, not just after sex?
He actually once sent me a video crying.
Sorry, exclusive. This could not be a better interview if it fucking tried. So could you explain why he sent you a video of him crying? Was it an attempt to get you back?
Yeah.
God.
He was on a train as well.
Oh, God!
Publicly crying in a video?
I was on my way to a PA.
That is fabulous. Have you fully forgiven Sam for cheating on you multiple times?
Yes, I have. We've moved past that. I don't hold grudges.
Is it because you don't care and you realised what the fuck was I doing when I was with him in the first place? You've now moved on to a really good-looking man.
Have you seen the teeth, pre-teeth?
I have, yes. They were much like a bag of chips. I'm not entirely sure how you ever kissed him.
Oh, Sam, I feel bad. You're getting completely rinsed by us.
Tiff, this happens every single episode. So, Tiff, obviously we see a bit of friction between Reza and Miles. That got intense.
That was probably my fault. I told everything that Miles said to Rez.
Fabulous. Keeping your place on the show after a long amount of time by not having a storyline of your own and just stirring the shit up with everyone else. I like the way you work. We've just got one last question.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, Tiff. It's a really simple one. Sam always claims to have an averagely-sized penis. Is he a grower or a shower?
Neither.
He's neither growing or showing. I think that's a really lovely way to end this interview. Tiff, thank you so much for your insight into Sam's genitals.
I'm so sorry. This was meant to be a very highbrow and hard-hitting interview, and it's very hard to do that with Pete sometimes.
She seems lovely. She's beautiful, she's funny, she's intelligent, she's everything that you don't deserve.
Anyway, Pete, I've been thinking. Reality news is such a massive subject, and we only really skim the surface. I would love to travel the world and just meet reality stars with you.
Is that what you'd like to do?
No, I'd just like to sit on, like, a crossrail with you, you know, through Europe. Interrailing, I think they call it. And we could just go and stay on little bunk beds and go and, like, meet the Pete and Sam from Honduras.
Is there a crossrail running to Honduras? I mean, that reality show sounds like a fucking train wreck.
Well, with that in mind, we have our first international correspondent, Olga Koch, with a report on some of the reality TV hidden gems from around the world. Olga, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. I'm so excited. I've seen your show.
What do you think it's like?
It's great. The stuff you talk about, it's pretty entry level. See, in other countries, I guess reality TV is just a bit more nuanced. Here's an example.
Мазня позорит просто свой народ.
See, I grew up in Russia, and when I was growing up, the biggest reality show in the country was Dom 2, the sequel to Dom, the show where couples all built their dream home for a chance to win it.
Oh, is that what they do in Dom 2?
Close. In Dom 2, they recruited singles instead of couples, and instead of building a house, they just had lots and lots of sex. It was the most popular show on Russian television.
I can imagine so. I mean, Dom 2 sounds like something on the menu at a brothel.
It sounds so savage.
And do you know why they had the fight?
Why?
Because one guy called another guy a baby rat.
You call me that every other day.
That is exactly the TV I love. You can't do that sort of stuff in the UK anymore in reality shows.
Honestly, the best reality TV comes from countries with no human rights laws. And the show was so racy for a while, a court ruled it could only be shown at night, presumably for people not to confuse the fights on the show with the fights in the Russian parliament.
What other shows are there around the world?
There's too many to count, but I have to talk about extreme couponing. Extreme couponing, the show where thrifty shoppers collect hundreds of coupons to buy doomsday-worthy amounts of goods with savings so extreme, sometimes the supermarkets end up owing the shoppers money. And here's a clip.
My latest find is cat treats that paid me 60 cents a bag. Funny thing is, we don't own a cat.
You know, it looks like she's in a supermarket. That's actually her house.
Well, she doesn't even have a cat.
Here's another one where the woman gets free eggs. She doesn't need eggs, she lives on a farm.
Before they check out, Mandy and Siobhan have to get eggs. Formerly $1.19 a carton, they are on sale for $1. And with Siobhan's $1 coupons, they will be free.
We're gonna get 30 dozen eggs. We do not need the eggs since we have a farm, so we are gonna donate them to our local soup kitchen.
Why the fuck is that on TV?
I mean, I think it's rich for both of you to say what's the point about reality shows.
That is a very
That's a very good point. We just talked about my penis and whether it grows or shows.
And what's the verdict?
Neither.
It's easy to make fun of the people doing the couponing, but what does it say about America, a country where Gatorade is free, but healthcare isn't? And I'm definitely gonna need to see a doctor after eating all this cat food.
What about other countries?
I couldn't forgive myself if I didn't bring up the most viewed reality dating show in the Chinese-speaking world, If You Are the One. It's basically the Chinese version of Take Me Out, but better in every single way. And I only say that because Patty McGinnis won't respond to my DM. And I think the reason it's such a good show is because it's not only brutally honest, but also oddly specific. I get so annoyed when girls on Love Island just look for guys with banter or their types on paper. I need them to tell me what they want, what they really, really want. Like this contestant on If You Are the One.
但笑是我天生的属性，没法改变。男生们很乐意接近我，说我整天乐呵呵的，一副好相处的样子。但我希望找到一个人，能够看懂我笑容背后的忧伤。他会是个胖胖壮壮、专一靠谱的。
Fat, reliable, and can see the sadness behind my smile. Now that's my type on paper.
I agree with the Love Island thing, though. Everyone asks for banter. I don't even know what that means. What, you'd like to tell jokes?
Perfect example of someone without any.
Well, I must go. My husband will come back from the wars any day now. Cupcake wars, that is. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Olga.
I absolutely love you and hate your reality shows.
Thank you so much.
I love you and the reality shows.
Okay, you have a small penis. I'm so sorry.
That's what he normally says.
And moving on from one cock straight to another, it's Prick of the Week.
Prick of the Week. So last week in Prick of the Week, we put the Pope up against Sam Thompson. The results are in, and last week's Prick of the Week was the Pope, with 87% of the vote. Now for this week's nominees. And as we're doing a Made in Chelsea special, we've got 3 Made in Chelsea casts. First up, we had Miles. Having missed last series, seemed to come back with a bang, intent on messing with people and their relationship. Not only did he refer to Ruby's long-term relationship as a thing, he asked her to dance while her boyfriend was in the room. He also was constantly speaking to Maeva in French in front of a partner, who's also his ex-best mate.
I suppose when you look that good, mate, you kind of get free reign.
The funny thing is, we are taking the piss, but actually he doesn't look that good. He looks like a 12-year-old boy, and he's effectively a cardboard cutout twat. He's got all the charisma of a peanut.
Sound like you're getting jealous, Pete.
Absolutely nothing to be jealous about. I'd eat him alive. Next up, we're also going to throw in Maeva. The incredibly beautiful and brazen star instigated all the French flirting and told her boyfriend he just had to deal with it.
She is a firecracker. She says it how she sees it.
And last up, we are chucking in the short and kind of annoying Sam Thompson. Yet again, he embarrassed himself on TV trying to solve everyone's issues, but actually came across like a wet puppy. You are a fucking idiot. Maybe this week you'll actually win Prick of the Week. So they are...
No. Actually, do you know what? I'm a co-anchor of this hard-hitting news show, and I would like to put up an extra Prick of the Week. Peter Wicks. You've been a bit of a knob over the past episodes, and, you know, I normally take it, but this time is a step too far. Your willingness to take a 20-year-old out on a date and then mug me off in front of my ex-girlfriend for having an averagely sized penis, which may be true, but still.
So the nominees for Prick of the Week this week are Miles, Maeva and Sam Thompson, the poshest pricks we've ever had. And me, Pete Wicks. So you can vote for your Prick of the Week, the biggest prick of the week, on the PS Reality News Instagram straight after this show.
Well, that's all we've got time for here at Pete and Sam's Reality News. As always, I've been Sam Thompson.
I've been Pete.
Take care of yourselves and stay away from each other.
Ta-da. Why the fuck are we doing this again?
Well, we're on Ep 10, and every season of Main Chelsea sort of ends with a party. So here we are. And you know what? You've treated me like absolute shit this episode. I'm not having it, Pete! Come on!